Today I'm going to show you how to make an RNG or random number generator in Hypixel Housing. Thanks to Alex Warrior for reminding me that Hypixel Housing does have a random integer placeholder. Without him, this video wouldn't even exist. So, what does that mean? Insert the video tag here? Oh, sorry, my bad. Anyways. Now you could do it like I originally tried to do it, where you create a function with the single goal of having the randomizer that randomly chooses what value the RNG stat will be at by manually setting each value up to 100%, if that's even enough, and we'll get to that later. Or you could just use the random integer placeholder. Now, if you don't know what a placeholder is, it's essentially a variable that has its own predefined function that Hypixel can display whenever you call it. It's basically using pre-written code from the backend so that you don't have to make it yourself. And here, the percentage random dot int slash lower lower value, which for our purposes will be 1, and higher value will be 101, as that's the upper limit, and 101 will be excluded. So it will basically be choosing a number between 1 to 100. If you stick around until the end, I will show you how to add multipliers or modifiers to the RNG system. But for right now, let's just get into how to implement this random number generator. Okay. Alright. So you're gonna want to go ahead, and we're just gonna go ahead and make this a function. Alright. We're just gonna make this a separate function. So we're gonna go in, and we're gonna write the variable, and we'll call the variable RNG, and then we're gonna set it to percentage random.int slash the lower value, which right now we're just gonna make it 1 to 101, and that will exceed 101 because that's the upper value, so it will be 1 to 100. And then what you want to do is set your condition to compare it between, let's say, a common drop. We want to check if it's less than or equal to 50. Okay. If is this common drop, then we'll go ahead and give them a common item, right? And let's just go ahead and create another one. Okay, another condition. We're gonna check if the variable RNG is greater than 50, or hold on, we're gonna make this less than or equal to, actually, like a very rare item. 100 is at the top end, and then put another one. Is greater than or equal to, let's say, only 95, so that's a 5% chance, okay? Then we'll go ahead, say you had a 5% chance of getting this. I don't know why I put that there anyways. Let's just do another one for good measure, okay? Let's do one that's just equal to one of them. Okay, let's say if it's equal to 94, alright? So that's only a 1% chance. Okay? We might not even see it, but anyways. Basically, 1% chance of seeing this. Okay. I'm just gonna go get rid of this part right here. This shouldn't be here. Okay, anyways, so now I put this inside the blaze, okay? So we're just gonna go ahead and see, we got a common drop, okay? Just ignore the blaze rods for right now. I already put those in there. This is a very common drop. You're getting the crafter a lot, okay? Oh, we had a 5% chance of getting this, okay? Now we got that thing twice. Oh, okay, and now we just got it a bunch of in a row, cause this is completely random. Again, you see the other one? That's only a 1% chance of getting that. We haven't got it at all. Okay. Ooh, and there we go. We had a 1% chance of seeing this. And that was like, let's see, we got 60 items plus 6 5% chances. Let's see. That was like 91 hits just now. So you can see how that works, alright? Now, this system will only work if you have like, less than 100 items, but otherwise they'll have to all be at least 1% chance of getting them, or, you could like expand it to 1 to 201, but then that's just gonna make it where you have a half a percent chance of getting all the 200 items. Sorry, my bad. All the 100 items. If you make them all 1% chance. So we're just gonna assume that you have less than 50 items for this, and that should be fine. I'm not gonna explain the percentages, but anyways. Why did I put that in there? It was like, it's not important at all. Anyways, though, I was supposed to show you how to add a multiplier or a modifier. I'm not exactly sure if I know how to do that actually, so I'm not sure why I put that in there at all. Let's just go ahead and change this though. Because like I said, you want the most, you want the rarest thing to be at the very top, so let's just go ahead. Just say if this is 100%. Actually, let's go ahead and check if it's greater than or equal to 100% chance. Even though it will only do up to 100, that way our multiplier or our modifier will still work on this. .99% chance to, let's make this a higher percent chance. Let's say like 89, that's a 10% chance. And then let's just create another one. It doesn't matter where in line it goes. If RNG equals is less than 59. And RNG is greater than or equal to let's say 41. So that's a 20% chance of getting this. Because that was this 59 to 41. That's basically 60 to 40, so that's 20% chance. Send chat message. You had 20% chance of getting this. Okay, now it doesn't really matter where we put this, but we'll just go ahead and put this back here. And you do that by shift clicking. And then the mouse button, whichever direction you want to go. Now we're actually gonna go into the function and just say, hold on just a sec, whenever we click this guy, I'm just gonna add an action right here, tell us what the RNG number was, so that you guys can see how this is working. Stat player slash RNG. Capitalization does matter. Wait, was that capitalized? Okay, now I don't know if it's capitalized. Hold on just a sec, let me. Okay, it is capitalized. Anyways. I had 20% chance of getting this. 20% chance of getting that. Oh yeah, if you have the percentages lapping over each other, then you do have a chance of getting two of the same things at the same time. So you can use that to your benefit if you want. Or also sometimes it might, like I was saying, with if you have 100 items, they would be forced to lap over each other if you wanted a more than 1% chance of getting each item. Anyways though, let's add the modifier in. And let's just say if you have a blaze rod in your hand, hold on just a sec. And we create modifier we just set the modifier to like 25. Okay, so that'll increase our chances of getting more rare items by like a quarter. Okay, if you have a better way of doing this, someone else probably has a better way of doing this, because that means that it completely excludes any common drops you would get. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and add it, and we're gonna change. Whoa, that's not what I want to do. Change the variable RNG. It's very important that this comes after the action that sets RNG. We're going to increment it by modifier. Sorry, my bad. Stat %stat dot player slash modifier %. Okay, and then we put this right after RNG being set, but before it checks for the conditionals. Okay, so now we have a higher chance of getting more rare items. See, now you can see that the numbers are higher. And we're even getting temper chances. I'm not. Wait, hold on. How are we getting 9 from this when it's adding plus 25? Hold on, what? % chance. Somewhere in there, I think we still have a 1% chance. Ooh, there's the 1% chance, and it was at 100. So, anyways, I think that's all I had for this video. Anyways, if you haven't seen Alex Warrior's video, this was inspired by him, and he does a better job at explaining it. I just wanted to show how to do this in the actual Hypixel editor instead of using the Hypixel language editor, so that you could see how this works if you don't have the Hypixel Housing language editor. Okay. Thank you for watching. Consider leaving a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully.